At my sister's engagement, everyone mocked my so-called imaginary fiancé. I didn't argue, just smiled. Minutes later, a helicopter landed outside, and the man they called fake stepped out, kissed my hand and said, "Sorry I'm late, my wife." My mother's laugh was a blade, brittle and cruel. "Work on a Saturday? Really, sweetheart, you don't need this charade. We know there's no fiancé." Her words landed like a punch, and I felt the garden shrink, the fairy lights strung between oaks mocking me with their promise of celebration. I'm Victoria, 29, the family disappointment. While Olivia, with her law degree and her perfect investment banker fiancé Bradley, was their golden child, I'd chosen marine biology months at sea, studying coral reefs. It wasn't their idea of success, but it was mine. Yet here, in my parents' pristine backyard, surrounded by Olivia's flawless friends, I was drowning. My father, flipping steaks at the barbecue, chimed in, "Victoria's always been creative. Remember when she said she'd save the oceans? Now she's inventing boyfriends." More laughter, some guests shifting uncomfortably, others leaning in, relishing the spectacle. Olivia, her diamond ring flashing, pressed on. "Tell us about him. What does this phantom fiancé do?" Her green eyes gleamed with malice, and I faltered. The truth was messy. 3 months ago, on a Caribbean research expedition, I'd met Alexander, a man funding marine conservation. We'd spent 2 weeks in a dream late-night talks about ocean preservation, meals in coastal shacks, sunsets on his yacht. He'd kissed me goodbye, promising to see me soon. Since then, messages, video calls, 2 visits to Charleston. No labels, just a connection that felt like home. "He's in environmental work," I said carefully. "Invests in conservation projects." My mother snorted. "So, unemployed. That tracks." Bradley smirked. "A trust fund baby playing activist. Progressive, Victoria." Tears pricked my eyes, but I refused to let them fall. This was why I avoided family events, every gathering a stage for their cruelty, reminding me I'd never measure up. My phone buzzed. Alexander's name lit the screen. "Running late, traffic, be there in 20, love you." My heart clenched at those words, new and precious, only a week old. "He's 20 minutes away," I said softly. My mother exchanged a glance with Aunt Patricia, who'd flown in from Atlanta. "Victoria, it's okay to be alone. You don't need to invent a relationship. I'm not inventing anything." Olivia grabbed my hand, thrusting it up. "Then where's the ring? You said you were engaged." I yanked my hand back. "I never said that. You assumed." My mother's voice was ice. "You let us believe it because you knew we'd pity you otherwise. And now we pity you anyway, caught in your lie." The words carved into me, each one a reminder of my place in this family lesser, flawed, invisible. The garden blurred, the scent of jasmine choking me. I wanted to vanish, to be back on a research vessel, the ocean's hum drowning out their voices. "I should go," I whispered. "Stay," Olivia said, her tone saccharine. "I want to meet this fiancé unless you're admitting there's no one." I checked my phone. 15 minutes. I could survive 15 minutes. Alexander was real. He was coming. And after today, I'd never see these people again. I'd decided, standing in this garden of cruelty, that this was the end. I'd cut them out, build a life where I wasn't the punchline. "I'll wait," I said, my voice steady despite the storm inside. My mother sighed. "This is just sad, Victoria." The party swirled on, but I was a ghost, isolated in my bubble of shame. Olivia flitted among guests, showing wedding venue photos, glancing to ensure I was still suffering. My mother cornered me by the drink table, her wineglass freshly filled. "You were so bright once," she said, her voice heavy with disappointment. "So much potential. Then you threw it away on fish." I swallowed the lump in my throat. "I have a doctorate in marine biology, Mom." She shook her head. "A doctorate that pays what? 50,000 if you're lucky?" "Olivia's making 6 figures, marrying a man who makes more. She's building a life, you're just floating." The irony of floating for someone who lived half her life underwater stung, but I didn't argue. To her, success was money, status, not the reefs I'd helped save or the papers I'd published. I excused myself, drifting to the garden's edge, where the marsh stretched beyond the hedges. This house, this life, had never been home. I'd grown up here, but I'd always been the odd one, saving injured birds, reading about ecosystems while Olivia shone at country club galas. My phone buzzed. 10 minutes out. Can't wait to see you. I typed back. Warning, my family is awful. I'm sorry. His reply was instant. I can handle awful. See you soon. Aunt Patricia approached, her perfume sharp. Your mother told me about your imaginary boyfriend. Pathetic, even for you. I didn't bother explaining. They'd decided who I was long ago, the failure, the dreamer, the one who'd never be Olivia. My father joined us, Bradley in tow. Everything okay? Patricia smirked. Just chatting about Victoria's mysterious fiancé. Bradley laughed. Come on, Victoria. Admit it. There's no guy. Some people just aren't meant for relationships. His condescension made my jaw clench. He's on his way, I repeated, a mantra now. Sure he is, my father said, his tone patronizing. We're not trying to be cruel, sweetheart. We're concerned. You've always been different. That word different had haunted me my whole life. Different because I chose science over law, purpose over profit, authenticity over their shallow world. Olivia appeared, her sympathy a mask. Victoria, I know you wanted today to be about you too, but this is embarrassing. Just admit there's no fiancé. Anger flared. Why do you care so much? Her voice dropped to a hiss. Because you're humiliating us. People are asking why my sister's lying about a boyfriend. It reflects on our family. I stared at her, realizing she was jealous not of what I had, but of the possibility I'd found something real, something she, with her perfect life, lacked. He'll be here in 5 minutes, I said. Then you can apologize. My mother laughed. What happens when no one shows up? Before I could answer, a sound cut through the air, thump, thump, thump. Helicopter blades. The garden fell silent, heads turning skyward. My mother paled. Is that a helicopter? My father muttered. Probably just passing over, but doubt crept into his voice. A sleek black helicopter appeared over the tree line, descending toward the field next to the property. Napkins and decorations flew, Olivia shrieking as her centerpieces toppled. I stood frozen, heart pounding. Alexander's message flashed in my mind. Arriving now, where should I land? The helicopter touched down, blades slowing. Through the tinted windows, I saw his silhouette. He was here, in a helicopter. Victoria, my mother said weakly. That's my fiancé, I said, and smiled. The door opened and Alexander stepped out, impossibly handsome in dark slacks and a white shirt, sleeves rolled up, a gift box under one arm. His dark hair was windswept, his tanned skin glowing. He waved, his smile warm, unbothered by the stunned silence. A woman in professional attire followed, carrying more packages. Victoria! He called, his face lighting up. He strode toward me, set down the box, and pulled me into his arms, kissing me with a tenderness that melted the world away. God, I missed you. Sorry I'm late, darling. Work ran long. I barely registered my family's gasps. You came in a helicopter. He laughed, brushing hair from my face. Traffic was brutal, and I promised I'd be here. Nothing was stopping me. I stammered, How did you borrow it from a friend's charter service? Cost me a favor, but you're worth it. He turned to the crowd, arm around my waist. I'm Alexander. You must be Victoria's family. Wonderful to meet you. My mother was scarlet, my father looked ill. Olivia's mouth hung open, Bradley's smugness gone. You're real, my mother managed. Very real, Alexander said, grinning, and very much in love with your daughter. Sorry for the dramatic entrance, I didn't mean to steal focus. He faced Olivia. Congratulations on your engagement. Victoria's told me wonderful things. A gracious lie. My father started. The helicopter. Just a way to beat traffic, Alexander said easily. I was at a project site in Colombia. Couldn't miss today. The woman handed Olivia the gift boxes. For you, Alexander said. Victoria and I wanted to contribute to the celebration. Olivia opened them, revealing an antique crystal vase, silver candlesticks, a gift certificate to an exclusive restaurant, and a bottle of 1982 Chateau Margaux that made Bradley gasp. This costs. It's nothing, Alexander said. Aunt Patricia edged closer. What do you do, young man? Marine conservation, he replied. That's how I met Victoria. She was consulting on my Caribbean project. Her work on coral reefs is groundbreaking. My mother blinked. Consulting? Alexander nodded. Her research is vital to my initiatives. I'm trying to convince her to work for me full-time, but she's committed to her lab. He looked at me, pride in his eyes. She's brilliant, your daughter. The silence was deafening. My family, who'd mocked me for an hour, realized their mistake. Alexander wasn't a fantasy. He was real, successful, and adored me. I brought something for you, he said, producing a velvet box. My breath caught. I know we said we'd wait, but I couldn't. He opened it, revealing a sapphire ring, deep blue like the ocean. Victoria, I know your family thought I was a phantom, but I'm real, and so is what I feel. I've carried this ring for weeks, waiting for the right moment. It's any moment I'm with you. Will you marry me? Really marry me? Tears streamed down my face, happy tears. You know my answer. Say it, he murmured. Yes. Yes, of course. He slid the ring on, a perfect fit, the sapphire gleaming. He kissed me deeply, and someone gasped. So? He said to my family. I understand there were doubts about my existence. Fair enough. We've kept things private, but I'm here now, and I'm not going anywhere. My mother stammered. We didn't mean. It's fine, I said, finding my voice. You made your opinions clear. I looked at their mortified faces, Olivia's fury at her stolen spotlight. Thank you. It makes what's next easier. What's next? My father asked. We leave, I said. Alexander and I have plans. Olivia, congratulations. Mom, Dad, thanks for hosting. It's been illuminating. My mother reached for me. Victoria, wait. Should we? I cut her off. After you called me a liar, mocked my career, my life, there's nothing left to say. Alexander's assistant handed Olivia an envelope, a $50,000 check for her wedding. A statement. Bradley looked faint. We walked to the helicopter, my family frozen amid whispering guests. I didn't care what they thought. For the first time, I was free. The helicopter ride was surreal, Charleston's harbor gleaming below. Alexander held my hand, kissing my knuckles, the sapphire ring foreign, yet right. You okay? He asked as we landed at a downtown hotel. I'm perfect, I said, meaning it. The suite was breathtaking, harbor views through floor-to-ceiling windows. But the tears came when we were alone. Not joy, but years of hurt. Alexander held me, stroking my hair, letting me sob. I hate that they made you feel this way, he said. They couldn't see what I see. I pressed my face to his chest, his heartbeat steady. I thought I was past it, but today, I know. I'm sorry I wasn't there sooner. You came in a helicopter, Alexander. He laughed. Fair point. Your sister's face when I handed her that check? Worth every penny. My phone buzzed relentlessly, missed calls, texts, voicemails from my mother. One chilled me on speaker. Victoria, that man isn't who he says. There's no information online. He's hiding something or scamming you. Doubt flickered, not in him, but in me. Had I rushed into this? Say something, I whispered. Alexander ran a hand through his hair. Your mother's not wrong. I avoid social media, public records. 5 years ago, I was too vocal about a project in the Philippines. They burned my research station. People got hurt. I learned to work quietly. His pain was raw, and I took his hand. I'm sorry. It's why I'm low profile. The people who matter researchers like you know me. To your family, it looks suspicious. She thinks you're scamming me. I can see why. Rich guy, grand gestures, no online trail. But I'm not scamming you. I can prove it. I don't need proof. I believe you. My family's calls didn't stop. Against my better judgment, I agreed to meet them at the waterfront cafe. They arrived tense, my mother's makeup smudged, Olivia's jaw tight, Bradley uneasy, my father neutral. Are you going to explain yourself? My mother demanded. I don't owe you an explanation, I said. But here's the truth. Alexander and I met 3 months ago on a project he funded. We're engaged. That's it. Olivia scoffed. 3 months? That's insane. You got engaged to Bradley in 6, I shot back. My father leaned in. What do you do, Alexander? I run a private conservation fund, he said. No traditional office. I work where the projects are. And there's nothing online, my mother pressed. I keep a low profile for security, he replied, sending them contacts, professors, officials, bank statements. My father called one, returning shaken. Dr. Harrison confirmed everything. Alexander's funding saved their program. Alexander faced them. You think I'm taking advantage of Victoria, but she's the brilliant one. Her work is cited globally. You've treated her like a failure because she chose purpose over profit. My mother paled. We didn't know you heard. I heard enough, he said. Victoria didn't settle for me. I'm the lucky one. My father apologized. Bradley followed. And Olivia admitted her jealousy. I didn't forgive them outright. The hurt was too deep, but I set boundaries. Respect my choices, acknowledge my work, treat Alexander with courtesy. I need space. They agreed to try. As we left, my father hugged me, whispering, I'm proud of you. It cracked something open, a flicker of hope. 2 weeks later, my family invited us to dinner. They'd set up a $50,000 conservation fund in my name, would feature my work in their holiday letter. Olivia apologized again, admitting her jealousy of my courage. She offered her firm's legal services for Alexander's projects. It was a start. Then Dr. Harrison called my reef restoration project had a 92% survival rate, unprecedented. They wanted me send lead author, a potential university position. Alexander celebrated, promising to base himself in Miami. My family, even Olivia, cheered my success, sharing it with their networks. 6 months later, I married Alexander on a Caribbean beach. My family there, trying to be better. Olivia was my maid of honor. My father walked me down the aisle, whispering pride. My parents funded research. Olivia advocated for ocean laws. Bradley joined a nonprofit. I taught in Miami, worked with Alexander globally, our life a blend of purpose and love. That day at Olivia's party, I'd been invisible, mocked, broken. But Alexander's arrival descending from the sky changed everything. Not revenge, but redemption. My family saw me, not as a disappointment, but as a woman who'd built a life of meaning. Standing on that beach, vowing to love Alexander, I knew my worth wasn't their approval. I was enough, doing what I loved. The rest had followed.